Hello everyone, welcome to GITEX Insights. I have with me today Vibin Shaju, VP Solutions Engineering EMEA at Trellix. Hi Vibin, how are you doing?
Hi, good to be here.
Welcome to our stand. How have recent cybersecurity incidents and outages have impacted the industry?
Well, it did create a wake-up call for organizations and obviously some vendors. There's a lot going on afterwards where customers are more looking at the resiliency of enterprise technology. So when you evaluate a product, the first thing looking at during the evaluation process was about the features and functionality. But we see like people more looking into the resiliency factor of it, how strong it is on failure, how you are testing the technology, how you are evaluating. The evaluation criteria has changed a lot. Another thing what organization is looking for is for transparency also, right? So they expect us to be more transparent on our technology in terms of what module you're using, how it's interacting with the kernel, how it's interacting with the user space, on failure, how it will operate. So all of this is more looking during the evaluation phase, which is good because we want customers to look at from enterprise scale rather than from just a feature functionality phases. You could see after COVID, a lot of cybersecurity vendors came into the market, but we want to make sure that all the vendors look at from enterprise scale and from enterprise market rather than looking at on a very small scale, good on a evaluation cases, but on an enterprise scale, when you implement the technology, it's not something they expect from an enterprise scale product. So yeah, so we've been busy. We've been working with our customers to clarify their questions, but it's been a wake up for a lot of organizations and vendors.
And what is the key to a successful enterprise architecture?
I would say enterprise architecture is not like a small mid-size architecture, right? So when you develop a technology, you could test it on 10 machines, 20 machines, 200 machines, even 1,000 machines. But we need to always make sure that can that really go into an organization of 1,000 or 10,000 users, 50,000 users, 100,000 users, right? Those are true enterprise. And enterprises feature or functionality is important. You need to make sure that you're up to date in terms of the threats. But it's also important how do you operate this technology? How do you install the agents? How do you look at the compliance of the agent? If agent is not there, how do you push those agents? So orchestration is a big part which we've been focusing on. And the second part is obviously the choice to the customer. We want to make sure the customer gets the choice how do they operate the technology. Sometimes updates are pushed to the customers and it gets installed without even their knowledge. And that's something, it's good for small and medium businesses, but for enterprises, the choice should be with the customer. They need to pick up the updates, they need to test it, they need to properly evaluate the risk for their organizations, and then they get to install that on the enterprises. So it's very key that the choice is given to the customer, and the vendors need to do the trust, in terms of also testing the technologies to the right extent before it goes to a production environment.
Yeah, true. And what is the impact of AI on cybersecurity?
So AI, it's a common topic, right? Everyone talks about AI. Obviously, AI has been used in cybersecurity for a very long time. When we have millions of incidents happens on a daily basis, there is no way a human can look at those incidents and create responses. So we've been using AI and ML models for a long time. But now what we've seen is generative AI coming in a lot, right? So we're interacting with the users now. So we're seeing that as good improvements when it comes to our SecOps technologies. So responses become faster, incidents gets evaluated fast for a response. We also implementing our generative AI into our SecOps XDR technologies. So customers can see that response time getting faster and faster rather than looking a human to do all those different processes. So yes, AI is creating a revolution. But more Gen AI is getting embedded more and more into cybersecurity technologies.
And what's new with Trellix?
What's new in Trellix? So Trellix has got a wide portfolio. So we operate on the endpoint space, EDR space, which is growing more than ever. The second space, what we see, the phishing never stops. So in terms of the phishing attacks, really grows. So what we see is advanced email protection from Trellix has got a lot of demand. The network market is growing in terms of detection and response. So we do have advanced network detection techniques. We do have data center protection. All of this coming together to an NDR market space. data protection is not slowing down, especially with things moving into cloud. Data protection space a big portion. So our data security portfolio from host to network to database is a big portion. Last but not least, the security operations part, right? So security operations, SIM, XDR plays a big role in enterprises because you invest in all point products, but if you don't bring all of this data together, do a proper analysis of the data and create faster responses, all of the investment really doesn't really come into impact. So yes, this is our portfolio, and we see this evolve really fast because cybersecurity industry is growing really fast. We expect at least 400 billion in terms of this market in the next 5 years. There are not enough people in this industry. We see a 3 million shortage in terms of cybersecurity professionals. So we see this industry will grow very fast, and we are excited to be in this part of protecting organizations.
Yeah, I hope you do. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your time.